Welcome to Bellevue Park Greenhouse. I'm Jeff Marshall, and today we're going to talk about amaryllises. As you can see, this is an amazing plant. It's a native of South America and Central America. The flower is beautiful, and it comes from a great big bulb. And if we treat this bulb properly, you can have it flower for, we have some that are 10 years old. And the bulb just keeps getting bigger and the flowers get more. Sometimes you get 3 stalks off a big old bulb. Here we have an amaryllis that's finished flowering. And once it's done flowering, usually we stake them because the stalks can be a little, they can break. Once it's done flowering, we cut the stalk off, leave about 1 inch, cut it off here. The plant needs the leaves to produce, photosynthesize, to produce nutrients so that it can flower again. In order for these bulbs to reflower, you have to mimic the same conditions that where it comes from. You leave about 1 inch on the stalk. Don't get too close to the bulb. That will dry off upstairs where we're putting the bulbs, which is about 55 degrees. And in 10 weeks, we'll bring them downstairs where it's warm, give them water, and they'll start to flower. So after 8 to 10 weeks of dormancy, if you look at the bulbs, like we'll have them up in the cool section, you keep eye on them, and then you'll eventually see them starting to break. Then you know it's time to bring them out. When we first bring them down, we give them a good drink, and then you don't actually water them too much. You only water it when it starts to dry out. Once you've really soaked the soil good, you'll give it to water about once a week. The bulbs that we have, we've been leaving them in the pot until they need to be repotted. This is getting close to having to be repotted. We'll leave the same soil, we'll top it up. Okay, this as the mother bulb has produced all these little side shoots. Take these out. Now we're going to top this mother plant up. Okay, now these guys, the side shoots, we'll take this, peel all the roots on, put it in. You want, like for these, you want the top third of the bulb to stay out of the soil. You never want to bury the whole bulb in. There, we'll put this guy over with all these side shoots over here. This one was done about 2 weeks ago, and you can see the growth on it. You can also propagate amaryllises from seed, and we have some seeds here. It's just a tiny seed that's encased in that, so it makes it like it float all over. Plant about 8 cents, and then they take about 2 weeks at about 75-80 degrees. Within picking the pods, a dried pod, to drying the seed, you probably want to do it within 3 weeks, or else the germination rate goes down. If everything's right, then the germination rate should be about 80%. Firm it in so that the seeds has good contact with the soil. Make sure it's nice and wet. There. Put this in here. It has light and proper temperature. So it should come up within 3 weeks. That's about everything you need to know to learn how to keep your amaryllis going.